What's up everybody, Farmer Q here, one of the team reps for the MIGGrowOff 2022, and today we're going to be planting our entry for the MIGGrowOff 2022. So here we have the green wave mustard. This is pretty much my favorite form of mustard green. It has a curly little design to it and it finishes in about 60 to 70 days like most other greens. Here we have our late Nagasaki Chinese cabbage. It finishes in about 60 to 70 days, and boy oh boy, it has a nice crunch to it, and it has a nice nutritious leaf as well. I'm starting my plants in the 4-inch cells that you get your plant starts from the big box stores in, and let me tell you, they're durable and they're highly reusable, so I highly recommend reusing them. They'll be spending their first 2 weeks inside of the 4-inch cells, and then I'll be transplanting them into their final home, which is the 5-gallon pot that we'll be using for the MIGGrowOff 2022 competition. The medium used will be a 50-50 mix of coconut coir and perlite. We'll be putting them into the 5-gallon pots with that medium, and we'll be starting them in that medium as well. Just a side note, when you're making your holes for your plants, you need to really make sure that the depth, how deep the holes are appropriate for the seed size that you're using, because it can really get in your way of germination time. The nutrients used will be a mixture of ocean solution as well as Dynagrow, and the ratios that we'll be using these particular nutrient solutions will remain unrevealed, but I bet you they're gonna really do well in this competition here, so I'm really excited to actually get those in. I'm gonna be growing my plants in a 5-gallon pot, so this gives me plenty of room to actually execute my 5-plant strategy. So I hope y'all are ready for the MIGGrowOff 2022. I know I am. So let's get it. What's up everybody, Farmer Q here, and today we're going to be transplanting our seedlings for the MIGGrowOff 2022. We got our late Nagasaki Chinese cabbage and we got our green wave mustards. I know the plants are small, but we're gonna make them work because we got some nice and established roots, and we need to actually use some of the stem to bury a little bit so that we can take away some of the lankiness from them being in their small containers for so long. So here's our seedlings. As you can see up here, we got our late Nagasaki Chinese cabbage, and they're quite a bit bigger than your green wave mustards because they do get taller as they grow. The stems are a little bit stretchy, but like I said, we can partially bury the stem to encourage root growth on the part of the stem that we did bury. And then we're going to take these green wave mustards here on the bottom, and we're going to surround the one late Nagasaki Chinese cabbage that we're going to grow. So that's how we're going to do it. Alright y'all, so before we get to the main part of the show, I wanted to show y'all my configuration we got going on here. First off, we got our 5-gallon grow bag here, and just so Broke Turf and Eco can't say I'm cheating, we got a 5-gallon grow bag here, and then we got our pot elevator and we got our catch pan. So the way we want to have it set up, elevator on the bottom, catch pan next, pot on top. And since the pot is actually smaller than the actual catch pan, we can actually hand water right inside this room right here. Because yes, we're gonna be growing our plants in this room under this grow light. So whenever we're live, you'll actually be able to see it in the background. Alright y'all, so we use the rest of the first bag here. We're just gonna spread this out, push it down a little bit, make sure that it's somewhat compacted because this stuff is extra fluffy. It's extra airy. This coconut coir and perlite mixture has a lot of porosity, which means it lets oxygen in really easily, and it also allows water to travel through it really easily while being able to take water easily at the same time. So it's like the best of all worlds, and we're gonna make the most out of it, and this is considered hydroponics. So let's go ahead and fill it up the rest of the way, and then we're gonna go ahead and plant our seedlings. Alright y'all, so now that we're done getting all of our coconut coir inside of our pot, we got it nice and settled, nice and packed into our pot, we're going to go ahead and plant our beautiful seedlings. Alright y'all, so the way we're going to do it is we're going to put our late Nagasaki Chinese cabbage right in the middle. We only want one plant of this, and we have 3 plants, so we're going to go ahead and plant one cell that has 2 plants in it, and we're going to see which one actually does better as time goes on, and then we're going to thin it down to 1. On the other side here, we have our green wave mustards down here. We're going to plant our green wave mustards north, east, west, and south inside of the pot. So it's going to leave us with a total of 5 plants inside of our pot, and then we're going to add our nutrient solution to the pot, because remember, when you're growing in coconut coir, you want to water with nutrient solution every time that you water, because you're replicating a hydroponic environment. Alright y'all, sorry about that, but I actually forgot to press record when I planted all of these greens, but that's okay. We get to see them grow over the course of this whole Grow Off 2022. But here in the middle, we have our late Nagasaki Chinese cabbage. North, east, south, and west, we have our green wave mustards. So what we're gonna do now is get our nutrient solution down and water these babies in, so let's get it.